What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Morphles Morphs, but you probably already know that. But if you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. Definitely make sure if I could speak, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up button. Please, everybody, right now, hit that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate all the support. And we're going to have a great show tonight. I was hoping we were going to have an egg cutting with Ashley and Nikita of Pip Stalkers, but apparently the clutch isn't quite just ready yet. So we're going to have a good show either way, but who knows? Maybe they'll start pipping through during this show and we'll still get an egg cutting. We'll see, fingers crossed. But before I bring them out, I just want to give everybody a little bit of a slight update. We did get our pre-lay shed from our carpet female, so we will be having carpet babies this year. Basically, everything's basically gone as it is already. I'll keep these all posted as to if anybody drops out for any of those babies, but as of right now, basically that whole clutch is like poof, gone already, and it's not even here yet. So super excited for all that, and we've got a bunch of people in the house tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's bring out Ashley and Nikita, and we'll go through, say hi to some people, and all that good stuff. Ashley, Nikita, what's up?
How's it going?
Hey.
Doing good, doing good. Let's say hi to some of the people that came out to see us. We've got my brother Kent at Craft Brew. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in.
Happy birthday to Kent.
Factory. What's up? Greg, what's up, dude? It's been great talking to you today, dude. Very nice man cave and everything. I really like the Star Wars touches to the enclosures. I really do. Luke, what's up? Phil, my brother, what's going on? I didn't hear how good you did at Oaks, dude. You'll have to let me know. Send me a message or whatever, and let me know how you made out. Tammy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Chris, one of the sponsors of tonight's episode, and rocking the Seafoam green shirt for you, bro. I'm going to start trying to do a little bit better with wearing everybody's shirts and stuff. You know, just kind of show a little bit of love for everybody that gave me a shirt and all that good stuff. But Chris, thank you very much for sponsoring the channel as well. We'll go through the whole commercial thing here in a little bit, so sit tight. Sean, Pie and Joy, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. You better have told your wife it, or maybe she heard it now just while, after we're starting this. You better tell her to get ready for that baby carpet because it's coming her way, brother. Let's see here. Darlene, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you made it, girl. I'm glad you made it. Kevin, what's up, dude? I have not seen you in the chat for a while, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Kike, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. The chat is going off. Everybody, also make sure you go and in the description down below, check out Pip Stalkers on their Instagram. Go give them a follow if you're not already following them, please. All their information is in the description down below. Also, check out the YouTube channel, which hopefully they started putting some videos up here of like some egg cuttings or something. You girls got to do something. Let's see here. Nope, we lost them. Oh, I just thought they were sitting really still. Okay. Well, hopefully you all can hear me still. Lexi Luhu, what's going on, girl? Thanks for tuning in, sweetie. It's good to see ya. Been missing you and your dad in the chat here lately. Hopefully we can all get together here soon. Jeff and Angie, what's up, brother and sister? Thanks for tuning in. We'll keep this going until Ashley and Nikita get back in here. John, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, John. I need you to send me a picture of yourself for the thumbnail for the live stream for next week. I did send you back an email. Maybe it got lost. I don't know. Maybe it didn't send properly either. Now you're back. I was giving you some crap about having to put stuff up on your YouTube channel, and I thought like you were just really good at being still, and then all of a sudden just bloop, gone. It's just up. All right.
Our internet decided not to like us for a second.
I feel you on that.
Hey, John.
Let's see here. Nathan, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Nathan, I need you to send me the Husbandry Pro info for the that mail I got from you. I've been meaning to message you about that, but I can't say what it is because the video didn't come out for it yet. So you know the one I'm talking about. Fred and AJ, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, dude. I'm guessing that's got to be Fred because wait, no, or is it AJ? It's probably AJ's that is on this one. I think Fred's on a hot glass or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Do I have that right? I always get it mixed up.
So, yeah.
Let's see here. Zach, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Kevin says, sorry about last night. Angie and Jeremy and Juicy G. Dude, Juicy G did not make an appearance, surprisingly. I heard she was out in the Dune Sea chasing some banthas or something, possibly. I don't know, dude. You never know what that thing's up to. But yeah, it was a fun show last night, though. It was very fun, laid back. I really enjoyed myself. So everybody, if you didn't catch last night's show of Mom Juice Making Me Crazy, I think is how it's retitled now. But go to Celtic's Balls' YouTube channel and check it out. It was definitely a good time just sitting around, having just basically BSing and having fun. So go check it out, please, and give them a subscribe and like and all that good stuff as well. Let's see here. Darlene, you down with IPP? Oh, all right. All right. Ashley and Nikita, tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you guys got into this hobby, because I really enjoyed the story on how everything kind of became what it is to this day.
So we went to a reptile show and her daughter was holding a snake and she wanted one, but she was holding like a $900 snake. Oof. And she thought I was mad at her, like, because this was back when her and I had not like first gotten together, but it was one of the first times I had met her daughter, because she lives here in Kansas City. And at the time we lived in Colorado. So it was one of the very first times I ever met her. And then we ended up moving here, took her to a reptile show. And she was like, I really want a snake, but my dad won't let me have a snake. And she's been bugging me since we got together that she wanted snakes. Like, she just enjoys the animals, and she didn't necessarily say that she wanted a ball python. She didn't really care what kind of snake it was, but she's been bugging me for like 4 years at this point. Like, I want a snake. And I was like, you're not getting a snake. Like, we're not doing any snakes.
Why does everybody always say, no, we're not doing this? I don't get it.
Afraid of them.
Yeah, like, I was deathly afraid. But I grew up in Wyoming, where all the snakes that are around are venomous. Like, the only
okay. Yeah, I get that.
Rattlesnakes. So you're taught not to pick them up and not to, like, just not even look at them, really. So we ended up picking up a normal het clown male for her daughter that day. And we did the full bioactive enclosure for him. He had all the, like, isopods and everything in his tank, and set up with live plants and everything. We grew out his tank for 4 months before we put him in it, to make sure all the plants and stuff were doing good and like all that. And then he thrived in that for about a year and a half,
some time
before we picked up our second snake. So she was like, my daughter has a snake, now I get to get a snake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was butthurt about it for a long time. Not even gonna lie.
So she goes to the next reptile show and picks up a female het clown from the same guy that we bought the male from. And she's still only 500 grams. Like, she just never really, she's taken off now, but in the beginning, she just never took off. So it was like the flip side of the coin between the two, because we had one male that just took off and was doing great, and then we had a female set up the same way, and she just never. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that they do have personalities, and they are not all the same. Like,
oh, yes, definitely
the same. So fast forward about 3 months later, she went to another reptile show while I was in Pennsylvania doing army training. And she calls me and she's like, babe, he's got this other snake and he's really awesome looking. And it was a Savannah.
Yeah.
So Cinnamon Mojave.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm bringing him home. And I was like, okay. So then I looked up where Savannah was, took me to Morph Market, and I started going through Morph Market, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like,
and by the end of that Pennsylvania trip, we had about 7 or 8 more snakes ordered that got shipped in like March and April.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you guys go up to like the Hamburg show or something?
yeah, I went to Hamburg while I was there in Pennsylvania because I was right outside of Harrisburg, in between Harrisburg and
You were at
Philly.
Fort Indian something.
Yeah, Indiantown
Fort
Gap.
Indiantown Gap.
Yeah.
So I was there for like almost
a month and a
3
half.
months. Or
Yeah, no, it was
yeah.
like quite a bit. Like, because it was January. It was just
through the middle of March.
November, December, and January you were gone.
Yeah. So I was up there for quite a bit, and then I come back home, and I was like, well, this snake, this snake, this snake, and this snake are all getting shipped to us.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's the thing?
She's like, yeah, we want to breed them. And I'm like, listen, we need to talk because if you're afraid of them, I'm not doing all this work by myself. You're going to help me. And then we went to a pet store in St. Louis for something. I can't remember what we were up there for. But we went to a pet store and she was looking at a snake and the lady pulled it out of the tank and handed it to her, not knowing she was terrified of snakes. And so she just like froze and was holding the snake like, I was like, okay. And after that, she's been good. Wouldn't even know she was afraid.
I just think that's funny though, because Ashley, you were afraid of them off the start, and now, like, just from like our members' lives and all that stuff, you're really like you're throwing gasoline on this fire. I think more than what Nikita slightly is.
Because I
think it's
know.
really cool, but at the same token, I've also noticed through talking with you that Nikita's more. She's more the one that you're throwing the gas on it, but she's taking everything that's coming out of that fire and she's holding on to it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I had no idea there were so many different genes. I had no idea. And then she was showing me all these pictures and we got all these snakes come in and I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I have something new that my brain has to learn. And I'm getting a little bit better with like some of the genes, but I'm still learning. And she's over here like she went to school for the stuff. So I'm just like, they look pretty.
I still get confused on some of the combos. I'm not gonna lie. When I was at Gettysburg Reptile Expo vending, I'm sold out. So I had Phil from Finger Snakes bring over a whole bunch of snakes. Figured he had a bunch he needed to get rid of. Figured, why not help him out? I had the open space, and he had everything labeled out, but he labeled it in the terminology that he knows it as. So he was labeling stuff as het Grail. I'm there looking at this stuff. It's like, well, what the hell makes a freaking Grail? so I'm there. I think I asked Nate, my buddy Nathan or Dan. I forget who I asked. It's like, guys, what the hell makes a Grail? They're like, I think it's this. It's like, dang it, that means I still have to look it up and figure out what it really is. So
that's
like
black dirt clowns, right?
albino clown, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, it's now all right, because the Holy Grail's albino clown pied, I think.
Yeah.
Phil, chime in here, brother. You were just in this chat. See, the thing is, like, I don't work. The only one thing out of any of those, I work pied and I work clown, but I never plan on working albino. So it's like that whole combo term. Oh, that's it. Lav albino clown. Okay. And then the Holy Grail is the pied thrown on top of it, I think. So,
I was gonna say,
but yeah, it's
often, so.
It was just, beautiful stuff. I mean, beautiful stuff. But man, labeling it was just like, good grief. I labeled it as double het lav clown, just so that way, if anybody would ask me what a Grail was, I didn't have to try to remember anything. It was right there, plain clear as day for everybody. But anyway, that's enough about my little funny haha story with all that stuff. So, how long have you guys run? Like, how long were you guys more the pet owners, and then how long have you been doing the breeder aspect of it all?
So we owned the male het clown for about a year and a half before we bought another snake. And then once she got her female, it took off from there, basically. Like we went from 2 to 10 within just like a couple months.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we ended up meeting Ryan from Superior
Scales.
Scales. And he's a bigger breeder here in Kansas City. And he has phenomenal animals. Like, and then that's actually where she works now, is at Ryan's place.
Okay.
She cleans most of his snakes and rats and all that.
And he also happens to be our mentor.
Yeah. Like,
which we'll dive into that part as well a little bit later in the show. We don't want to we can't get me too flip-flopped here because that'll really screw me up.
no, you're fine.
My bad.
So I guess our first snake we picked up in 2018, like December of 2018. So 2018, early 2019 was when we got the first.
It was December of 2019 because we moved here October of 2019.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so 2019 into 2020 then.
Okay.
And then we picked up our first breeder female April of 2021.
Yeah.
So we're like a year behind all the COVID babies.
Gotcha. Well, see, I got everything kind of started off here for me in 2018. So we're basically all on the same page for the most part because I'm only now going into my third season and you're on your second season, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we're like right there neck and neck with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Jamie Rising Phoenix, thanks for tuning in. You're a new face. They said that they are excited to hear all about the history of Pip. Guessing that they probably must know you guys a little bit.
Yeah, so Jamie used to be with Pico. And then when they split up, that's Jamie from Pico as Jamie from Rising Phoenix now.
Okay. I do want to say hi to where are they? Jolly, what is up? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you guys in the chat. Before we move on to the next question, we got to thank the sponsors of this week's episode. So, if I could find the right stuff here, let's check out the sponsors of this week's episode.
And this episode is sponsored by BNS Reptilia. BNS Reptilia, folks, let me tell you, is a one-stop shop for basically whatever you may need. If you're looking for ball pythons, Chris has it. He's working in so many different projects, and he's got amazing quality animals. He's also got blood pythons, gorgeous blood pythons. He's also working with different types of colubers, like Mexican black king snakes, bull snakes, pine snakes even. He's working a couple different boa projects, Australian species even, like Roma pythons and scrub pythons. He's got it all, folks. BNS Reptilia is one place you want to go to if you need a snake. And on top of it, he also supplies Eastern PA with different types of rodents like rats, ASFs. He's got it all. If you need cocoa, he is Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go and the Chipper. So definitely do not miss out on what I consider by far the best cocoa substrate on the market. Chris sells it. Go to him. He is our distributor. And make sure you tell him Jeremy sent you from Morphles Morphs, because you might just get a little bit of a surprise if you tell him that. Thank you, Chris, for sponsoring this episode. I greatly appreciate it, brother.
We also have to thank our other sponsor as well, which I got to make sure. Here we go. Nathan of Infinite Possible Pythons. That is such a tongue twister, Nathan. I am always afraid I'm going to screw that up, brother. I'm not going to lie. But everybody, check Nathan out. He's working some killer ball python projects. He's starting to dabble a little bit into some Chihuahua geckos. And he's also does some corn snakes. And I know he's got some Sambos. Who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe they're going to be having some Sambos up for grabs as well. I do know that this man here will be working one carpet python project in the future. He just needs a male coming from my girl. So definitely check Nathan out. And if you guys have any branding needs, as far as merch, stuff for shows like your tablecloths, your backdrops, any of that stuff, hit Nathan up. Business cards, all this stuff, hit Nathan up. He is who I use for all of my branding needs. So definitely hit him up, check him out. Everybody's link is in the description down below. So definitely make sure you guys go hit them up if you need any of the said mentioned things. So Nathan, thank you for sponsoring this week's episode as well, brother. And Chris, thank you as well, too, for sponsoring. I greatly appreciate it, both of you guys. I really do. You guys are awesome friends, and I'm glad that you would trust me to put your brand out there a little bit for you. And also, everybody, in the description down below, or you can, if you're on a computer, scan this QR code if you're not using Husbandry Pro. It gives you a free 30-day trial. Basically scanning this or clicking my affiliate link in the description down below, all that does is let them know I sent you. Free 30 days. You can't go wrong with it. Like, there's no obligation. You don't have to stick it out. You don't, if you don't like it, you don't have to keep using it. But it saves me a crap load of time. And on top of it, the record keeping aspect. I'm sure Ashley and Nikita, you are starting to use it, I know. I'm sure you've enjoyed every bit of it, and as you dive into it more, it's going to be even more mind-blowing. Like, just it's how can I put it, it's just so freaking handy, like, in general. And on top of it, everybody, if you've got a morph market, this also gives you another store that it's similar to a morph market, but it's not quite a morph market. So if you want to start drawing different attention, you can have it so that way people have to go to your Husbandry Pro store if you want to get some different traffic flowing in different directions. Super handy app and great way to keep all sorts of records, especially your breeding plans, all that stuff. So give it a shot. Click the link, free 30-day trial. What do you got to lose? See, we got a whole bunch. The chat is going off here tonight. Everybody, thank you so much. Lindsay, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. I'm in the middle of writing a target list, so don't get distracted while there. Lindsay, there's no such thing as not getting distracted when you go to a store. I always get distracted. Normally it's because I'm a big kid and I go to the toy aisle and I look for my Star Wars stuff. Not going to lie, I'm going to lay claim to it, and that's just me. I love my Star Wars crap. Angie, Jar Pythons. It might be Jim, too. That's Angie. Yeah. Brain fart, Angie. I'm sorry. But Angie says, what's up? Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. Greatly appreciate seeing you in the chat. She says hello to you girls as well. So let's get back into you guys. What are some of the projects you're working on this season, or that you're working on in general? I'll say that.
So our main focus is Hypo. Every recessive that we have is based on Hypo.
Okay.
Because a lot of the genes that we wanted to get into, clown and pied, and I've been working more trying to get into like the cryptic stuff instead of the clown stuff, because I like the look of the Kryptons.
They are badass looking. Yeah, I agree.
Like, friggin' amazing. But so we kind of based everything around Hypo stuff, because I love Hypo. Like, I know that there's a lot of people who don't necessarily like it. They'd rather have the DG stuff. Like, she loves DG,
but I also love Hypo.
And I was like, well, if we bring DG in, it's going to be based off Hypo too. Like, we're going to get a DG Hypo male. So we ended up picking her up, chocolate black pastel DG Hypo male. To start working into all of our stuff too. So DG, Hypo.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Cryptic and clown.
Okay. See, I have one Hypo female, and I have to thank and kick my buddy Danny in the butt for letting me even get into it. But she's a Hypo GHI Mojave chocolate, and she's just freaking stunning. And it's just like, I'm debating, like, she might be ready to go for next season for as fast as that girl's growing. Like, she's like a freaking freight train when it comes to food. But I've got a chocolate male that's triple het. So I'm debating whether or not to throw him to her and then make visual hypos that are possible double het. So I don't know quite where I'm going to take that project with her, but it's a possibility, man. I mean, she's the hypo wasn't something I planned on getting into. I love it in GHI stuff. That to me is where hypo like thrives, is with GHI Mojave stuff. And beyond that, like it kind of loses my interest a little bit after that. But what it does with this, like with just anything that's dark, on how it gives it that frosted look, absolutely drives me wild.
I love that, and I love like the blues of hypo. So
Yeah.
like a Cypress Mojave hypo is like blue and orange and yellow. It's so freaking pretty.
Ooh. Now, do you have one?
No.
All right. We'll pull the cam out here in a little bit, folks. So we're gonna have to see this. I know the blues on that GHI Mojave chocolate girl that I've got. I mean, she's like ghosty gray blue, partially colorblind, so who knows what color I'm really freaking seeing. But hey, my eyes like what I see.
Yeah.
Brandon here says Krypton is greater than Clown. I do have Kryptons are really nice. I do like the way they look. Yes, Kent, happy birthday, dude. I actually forgot today is Kent's birthday, everybody. So wish him a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Poor guy's got COVID, and like it kind of came on a bad time because he was all looking forward to going to the Oaks Reptile Show, and it kind of just shut him down on that one.
Oh, your Oak show was this weekend?
Yeah, the Oaks was this weekend. I didn't go to it though. I didn't have anything to vend, and if I would have known at the time that Phil had some stuff he could have thrown on my table, I still would have gotten a table. But you know, hindsight's 2020. The next Oaks show, though, for anybody that is local, I should be there. I'll have some double-head Xantic DG stuff up for grabs. I think I've already got my one pair sold, which was a 1-to-1 pair, which included the only female that I was going to release. And I'm pretty sure, like I'm 99.8% sure that pair's spoken for. So there's going to be 2 more double het males that'll get released along with that pair. But then we've got some visual Xantic possible het clown stuff due to hatch here in the end of April. So super, super excited about that. We need to get you girls on Xantic. I'm going to keep working on you. I'm going to keep working on you, and eventually it'll work.
We got to get a bigger snake room. That's a lot of recessives.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that one. I'm rapidly realizing I need the expansion. I've got some stuff to already start working on it. I've just got to go ahead and start doing it. Angie says, hello, everyone. I'm sorry. I really lean on my sister Angie to help me. Darlene says, I always get cryptic and krypton mixed up. Which is which? Cryptic is its own visual recessive. Kryptons are het cryptic and het clown together makes a visual het, if that makes sense. It's like an act like super, but with visual recessives. Am I explaining that correctly?
It's okay, Darlene. I'm right there with you.
I've tried a million times to explain it, and she gets how a mystic potion works, but she doesn't understand the krypton, and that's what my mind is like.
Basically, Darlene, kryptons are het cryptic, het clown. It just throws a visual example. They're really badass looking though.
So far, you can't tell the difference between a visual cryptic and a krypton.
Okay, so there is no visual difference between the two of them though.
As far as we know, at least the single gene forms that have been made, nobody knows the difference.
Okay, see that I did not know. So there was my thing I learned for the day. I always learn something either during these lives or at least once a day I learned something. There was my one thing I've learned so far today, because I was very sheltered today. I did not leave the house much at all.
I just bought the most expensive lottery ticket of my life, like last week. So, because he's a Cypress spot nose leopard, cryptic or krypton, het hypo, pos het DG male.
Oh,
But you can't tell what he is, and I really, really hope and pray that he is a cryptic, not a krypton.
okay.
So
She's gambling.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes those gambles pay off. I mean, let's face it, all of breeding snakes is nothing but gambling. I mean, there's no guarantees in any of it. Every pairing, every clutch, it's a gamble the whole way.
Well, if he's a cryptic, we're gonna buy a real lottery ticket. How about that?
No. See, if he is cryptic, that's it. You just take that and you run with it. The lottery ticket, you're gonna lose. You wasted all the mojo right there on that one thing. Darlene, yes, Hypo chocolate GHI, and then you throw Mojave in there. It is gorgeous. Like, it's just be very beautiful snake. Michael, God, I'm gonna all right. I'm not even gonna attempt to try to pronounce it because I don't want to butcher it. But Yadlowski, I'm sorry, but thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Kevin Forrest says he's working on a hypo in all of his recessive projects as well. You're welcome, Kent. Hey, you know, anything to try, you know, just let you know I'm thinking of you, bro. Let's see here. Jamie, I run TSK line. I know a lot of people run VPI because it's the most popular. But I love my TSK stuff. For me, visually, I think it's the best line out there. There's good and bad of all the lines though, but I run TSK. Let's see here. Yes, I think everything should be Exantic. Everything should be Exantic. The hell with color. Color's overrated. I think I said that last night. Color's completely overrated, folks. Make that crap black and white and gray. Adam, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Kevin, you just lost your invite to the barbecue, bro. Shoot. Let's see here. Try to catch up here with the chat. This chat is popping tonight. The group chat says otherwise. Ken, we do not speak of the things in the group chat. Remember, bro? The group chat there, no one in this world needs to know what is even remotely brought up in that chat.
Somebody in your group chat needs to get a pinstripe monarch and just blast you guys with pictures of it like Kent did with his Ultramil.
Yeah, Kent loves to pull out his Ultramel all the time. Kent loves his Ultramel stuff. Brandon says if he proves Het Clown, you will know he's a Krypton versus negative for a Het Clown should be a Cryptic.
Yep. So that's one of the first females he'll be going to. We've got a lesser Hypo Clown female. So if all the babies come out Kryptons, then he's a Cryptic. And if all the babies come out Krypton or Clown, then we know he's a Krypton. But everything will be Cypress or Spot Nose, and then Leopard, Lesser, and Visual Hypos in the mix.
Very nice. Jamie says they're starting down the TSK line, so definitely hit me up. We can talk because there's gonna be some TSK stuff coming out of the woodworks this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Chris, no, bro, no. Jeff and Angie, I will be surprised if you guys don't leave here with not only a carpet, but something Exantic. I will be highly surprised. Like, I'm going to be shoving Exantic at you like every second I get. Because, yeah, we're going to get you guys hooked on Exantic. Yeah, you wait. Especially throwing your acid into Exantic. Come on. That's where it's at. That's where I'm taking it. When I get that acid mail, He's going right into Xanthic, everybody. Anyway, all right. Whew, we're finally caught up with that chat. Holy crap. So, what are some of your anticipated pairings and clutches you've got going on for this season so far? And how many clutches are you hoping to get as well?
I think by the time the season's over, we're probably going to pair somewhere between like 13 and 17, depending on how many more females get up to size and stuff before the season's over.
Okay.
But a lot of those are first timers. So we're honestly hoping for anywhere between 7 and 10 to actually go.
See, that's still a decent amount, though. I mean, I'm looking at 7 clutches, and the average size from what my ultrasound has showed me and what's been in the incubator so far is like 8 to 9 eggs per clutch. And there's one clutch that's going to be 4 eggs if she does go, which she should. She's like right there at she's right there at ovulation size. But everything else is like 8 to 9 eggs. I'm here looking at my hatchling rack, and it's just like, yo, if I get bombarded at one lump sum, I'm screwed, and I'm gonna have to go to emergency measures on picking up hatchling space real quick. So Danny, if you're watching this, dude, my brother Danny at DTMG is actually selling me some tiers from his ARS 1065 rack. So that's going to be my saving grace more than likely, because by the time I get those, that'll be basically when I should be needing them. So
that's part of what we were doing today, was getting all the PVC cut to do our hatchling rack. So, you know.
Okay, so you guys are doing DIY racks then for the hatchlings.
Yeah, for now. Because I like the V18s, and the only sizes you can get in those is too wide, and I don't know why they've done that. Like, I want to be able to basically make the same width as like the length of the 5540, or not, 5540 tubs. So like the 35 inches or whatever that the rack is, that's how wide I want my hatchling rack to be, so I can set it side by side, like set it back of it flush up against our female rack.
Phil says this season he doesn't want 22 clutches, maybe 12 to 14. Phil pumped out some babies this year, folks. Let me tell you that. Phil pumped out some big time babies this year.
I think we're probably still a year or two away from even getting close to 20. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, there's all this TSK hate. I mean, Jolly, AJ, come on, guys. Come on. This hurt my heart. You're cutting me deep. Jamie, you're getting some big time brownie points though. Keep it up. But, Nate, my buddy Nathan and I were actually talking about, like, because when the ARS dropped the whole what is it, the 130 series rack, like I was talking to him about it, and it's like I love the look of it, just mainly because it matches all the other ARS stuff I have. Yeah. Because I'm very OCD with how it looks, and if something doesn't look like it belongs there, it's going to bother the living crap out of me. But that being said, the one thing we had talked about was that blueprint that you have for that 130. It's like, think about how many sea serpent racks, or if you're doing like, the DIY stuff, if you built something in that same platform or took that same space in a sea serpent's rack, you are like doubling or tripling the amount of hatchlings you can hold in that same floor space. So that got me thinking in the aspect of, if it's going to be stuff that's for sale, have a sea serpent's rack or a DIY rack that fits, however many babies you want it to be able to hold. Because in all actuality, that rack's only going to be in use for a short time. Like maybe you have a good season, it's in use for maybe 8 out of the 12 months. Other than that, it's probably going to sit there 3/4 of the way empty, if not completely empty. Yep. So like it really got my gears turning and thinking. It's like, do you really want to spend all that money on a 130, even though it looks nice?
Yeah.
But do you really want to spend all that money when you could buy several other sea serpents? Because I mean, I could build one. I don't have the time to do it because I've got other crap I've got to build, like another part of the snake room. So I'm just gonna go out and buy something.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So you guys have sea serpents come to your shows. So like if we
Yeah.
had that option, but we don't, we would have to pay to ship the rack here. And I want to say it was like $300 or something to ship one of the B1836 tub slot ones.
Okay.
And I was like, man, that makes that rack like $1,200, you know, and it's only giving you 36 slots. Like, so is it really worth $1,200 for 36 slots?
Oh,
When you
that's
can just,
true.
I mean,
See that? Yeah, I see your point there on that one too.
so, and
It's
it's nothing against sea serpents or anything, but we would either have to drive 8 hours to Arlington and pick one up, or 8 hours to Tinley to pick one up. If it was
okay.
more,
So,
it'd make more sense. But
or just tell Jeff and Angie to pick it up for you when they go. Maybe I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, brother and sister. Maybe I shouldn't have volunteered you all of a sudden. Let's see here. Chat is going off again. Let's see here. Brandon says I'm getting one. Jeremy wants it to rise. You have to come check it out, dude. I would like to really check it out. Like I said, I'm really torn. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to think long and hard on it. I'm thinking I'll probably just grab at least one sea serpents just to have it for quick, basic for sale stuff.
yeah,
We'll see though. Who knows? I'm likely to change my mind too once I do a little bit more mathematical thinking on it. Third Eye, Jeremy, what's up? It was great meeting you at Gettysburg there, dude. Wiz Malaysia, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Yeah, James says 8 out of 12 months is almost the whole year. LOL. At least 6. It is, but you figure that rack's not in full use probably that whole time either. I mean, stuff's coming in, but it's going out at the same time.
yeah.
So I don't know.
ARS though is you can unplug the different levels. So if it's not
You
in
can.
use, you save the energy costs and stuff at least, as long as
That
you
is
remember
that's
back in when you put snakes in it.
it's funny you said that because I had unplugged most of mine on my 1065. And when I went and I put the hatchlings that just hatched into it, I went through. I just plugged everything in right off that start, just because I knew I would forget if I didn't do it then. Yeah, Kevin, Gettysburg show, it does have sea serpents there at it. I almost did drop the hammer on one at the last Gettysburg, and I talked myself out of it. Let's see here. Darlene says can't afford those expensive racks, so I have to build my own. They're expensive though. I mean, PVC, or if you do the ARS or Freedom Breeder, they're expensive, but they're so worth it.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with paying the extra price for the fact that I don't have to build it. It's like rats. I don't know. You guys raise your own rats, right? I forget. See, I don't have the time. I don't even want to waste the time doing it. So I'm okay paying the extra jacked up price. I think I pay like $1.80 for small rats, which I don't think is very bad compared to what I hear other people paying.
It's not bad. That's cheaper than what we get them live for here if we have to buy some.
Oh, okay. Now see, if I had to go to a pet store and get them live, I think they're like $4 because I've got the 3 triple hets. They want nothing but live, and it agitates the crap out of me because every time I go to the pet store, and I'm pretty sure they're like $4 a piece, and it's just like I could have bought 4 freaking frozen thaw. Just live feeders are just a pain in the neck. I can't stand it. Malaysia says that he loves his ARS. Jeremy, I would, like I said, I mean, I'm planning on being at the next Oaks. I can't justify spending what is it, $80, $90 for a table if I've got literally one of my own snakes. That just isn't for like that's not a smart business move for me. Even though Phil would have helped me fill my table, but at the same token, it just wasn't something. It was too late in the game for me to get in anyway with it. It would have been like a week's notice. Malaysia, Chris says great live last night. I was actually starting to catch up on it earlier today while doing not rats, but cleaning snakes. Let's see here. All right, Jamie wants to know, do people use Freedom Breeder or ARS? I have a Freedom Breeder and love it, but it was expensive to ship to Michigan. I can believe that. Holy crap.
Yeah, if we do any, it's probably going to be ARS because we could drive up and go pick them up instead of having them shipped.
And I think for like one, I only like using ARS, but also the shipping, I think it's only like $380 from where they are to Pennsylvania, which isn't bad because I get a whole big jumbled mixed order. So I mean, it's a lot of crap that comes because I'm the poor man. I buy tiers of the hatchling rack, tiers of the 5540, tiers for the 5020. I mix and match everything. And then it's like building a Lego set. Like, when you were a kid, you got the Lego sets, you opened up all the bags, and then you're like, crap. The bags were like half-assed ordered as to what went where. And yeah, it's like doing that with all those different pieces for different racks. Michael, I use Rick's Rodents RKZ here in Pennsylvania. He's actually out of, I guess it's Leola, technically. That's who I use. He's a very good guy. He's actually like his small rats are probably more borderline medium rats. So he's got great prices and very nice stuff. The other person you can hit up is Chris there at BNS as well. Chris has some very nice rats, packed very, very well, might I add, too, because I don't have near the issues separating rats in a bag that I get from Chris as I do from some other people. Chris's stuff is very easy to get out and very well taken care of. Definitely top-notch rats from Chris. So hit Chris up, Michael. I don't know where you're at, but if you're in Pennsylvania, hit Chris up there at BNS. Glenn saying he's doing a 500 sub giveaway. Let's see here. Phil loves his homemade stuff. Man, this is like chat. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen the chat this busy. I can't even find the bottom of it. Adam says if you can keep the per rodent cost under $2 each, I think it's a better deal than to breed them, in my opinion. Adam, I'm right there with you. Like and I learned this actually from Adam. So I'm going to plug Adam, everybody. Also, check out Adam's live, his YouTube channel and his live stream he does every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Always top-notch live, top-notch guests. I love his live streams and his channel, so definitely check him out. But I learned this from Adam. Your time is worth money. Yeah. And the amount of time you put into those rats, you've got to, figure out, is it really worth, if you were paying yourself, is it worth your time to do it? And the way I look at it is, that time with my family or doing stuff for the snakes or the YouTube channel, it's better off for me to spend that $180 or $2 for a small to medium rat and, let somebody else do all the pain in the neck work. Let's see here. Fred and AJ do ARS. Michael loves their ARS. Adam, I know you like your ARS. Let's see here. Jason, Earl's Exotics, what's up, dude? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, bro. All right, we finally found the bottom. Adam says he's blushing over here. Actually, everybody, Chris. I didn't get a chance to tell you, Chris, or any of the PA crew. Adam will for sure be here for the barbecue, so we are going to have a hell of a time here for the barbecue. So really looking forward to it. Adam, I do want to apologize though for Hadley just being a complete terror while we were on the video chat. Hadley was bad. She was just throwing a fit. She was trying to put her hand in my mouth while I'm talking to Adam. It was just bad. But anyway, Adam dealt with it. He was very patient with me and with her about it. And thank you very much, bro. I really appreciate it. And I'm super excited that you're coming up here. Adam's actually going to be crashing here as well. So it's going to be a full house. But you know what? We're going to have a blast here, all of us. So, kids are awesome. They are awesome, but sometimes they just make you want to scream. Anyway, all right, back to you. Like, I feel like I've really went a detour to the right there. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
What are some of the things you've learned so far from the time you started to this point that you think might be helpful for anybody coming into the hobby, or just anybody that's even been, in the hobby for a while and maybe they don't realize that they've made a slight mistake or that they could have done something to maybe make something on their life a little bit easier?
So I think the biggest lesson we learned that we didn't know ahead of time was, between that and we had a female that we purchased, and she was our first more expensive snake. I think we paid like $1,800 for her, and she was mahogany, hidden gene loma, het clown female. And we fed her, and then she regurged like 2 days later, and we didn't know not to feed her again for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we tried to feed her again about 5 or 6 days later, and she regurged the second one. And then she didn't even live for 2 weeks after that.
Yep.
We opened up the tub, and we don't know if something scratched her on the inside when it was coming back out, or if, just the effort of having to regurge twice
within a week and a half of each other.
That was definitely a hard lesson. And she was probably one of the first 10 snakes that we bought. So we were brand new, and we had no idea. And then actually bought her from her boss. Yeah. So he was like, man, I wish you guys would have told me, and I would have told you not to feed her for about 2 to 3 weeks after she regurges.
Do you know what caused her to regurge? Like, was there a reason or anything?
Like, not that we know of. She was doing great, and like we bought 2 snakes the same day, and we still have the other female. She's doing awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, so I don't think there was anything wrong with her.
Just a fluke thing, really.
It just, I don't know if something scared her or, like what the deal was. Or maybe she just didn't like the rat, Yeah. Maybe there was something wrong with the rat or something that she didn't like. And, but yeah, that was one of the hardest lessons we learned. I was outside bawling on the front porch, and she came home from work, and she thought like my dad died or something.
Well, her dad was in the hospital at the time with some heart problems, and I thought, and found out what happened. I was just like, oh my goodness, it sucks. Like, it really does suck, especially when you don't know that information and you have to learn the hard way from it. And I think,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I knew the whole regurge and waiting 2 to 3 weeks thing, in all honesty. That's something, there again, I've learned something new. I don't think I've heard that.
When they throw up, all the enzymes and everything come out with the rodent. Like, everything that they use to digest the rodents comes out. So then they need that 2 weeks to rebuild it back up. Like, all their digestive juices and enzymes and all that stuff. So if you try to feed them again immediately or within, that 2 week time frame, usually they end up regurging the second meal, and 99% of the time they don't survive the second one. Yeah.
That's just weird, though.
So
it's really weird. I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't think I knew that at all. That's news to me.
You obviously didn't know either, because, That's $2,000 that we'll never see again. Plus an
Yeah,
animal that
that's
didn't.
an expense. That was an expensive mistake,
lot.
but it was. You learned something though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, she
Like,
was.
so I opened up the tub one day and she was upside down. I was like, oh man. And then we messaged her boss about it. And I was like, I don't know what we did wrong. Like, and he, so we had told him that she had regurged and we tried to feed her again basically a week later and that she didn't make it. And he was like, well, I wish you guys would have told me, but this is why. And I
Okay.
was like, like, so all because we didn't wait the extra week. Like,
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Kevin, you're not uninvited, bro. You can still come. You just have to give me a formal apology in front of everybody. And then buy a TSK Exantic and praise it to high heaven. Anyway, it's like that. That there is an expensive lesson, but at the same token, you sharing that experience, you possibly could have helped several people.
Yeah.
Because like you helped me on that because I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is saying 2 weeks recommended. Yeah. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
And it's
And
not
then-
something, like when we first started breeding and stuff, I listened to hundreds of podcasts. Like I listened to Billy every Monday when he used to do his like 4 and 5 hour, 6 hour long ones and like all that stuff. And, basically anything reptile related podcast wise, I was listening to everything. And I never heard anybody mention any of that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
talk about prolapses and they talk about this and they talk about that, but never anything with a regurg. And then probably like 3 or 4 months after she had passed away was the first time I heard that from somebody else besides her boss. And I was like, oh man, because you don't know, you don't think about it. Because as humans, like we can throw up and eat the same day. You don't
Yep.
want to, but you can, And then you have a snake that completely can't eat, basically, because they can't digest it. They want to eat because she tried to eat the second one. She just spit it back up.
Yeah, she's still hungry. She just doesn't realize
Yeah.
that's a fatal mistake.
She was probably about 200 grams or so.
Yeah, she
200,
was.
250 grams. She's still a hatchling, but not like a hatchling. Like,
Yeah. She wasn't a
Yeah.
baby, but she was still small enough. See, about 200 grams is when I cut mine once every 2 weeks. So,
okay.
in theory, technically, I'd be immune to that one. Technically. I know my luck, though. My luck would not hold out very well at all.
On
I will say,
about a feeding schedule. So
how often do you feed yourself? You feed every week, right?
so we feed about every 10 days because we kind of alternate the days that they get fed depending on her days off. She does all the feeding because I'm usually at work. Like we're gonna feed tonight, so they'll get fed tonight, and then they won't get fed again until next Wednesday, like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
It's about a 10-day feeding schedule because I'd like for them to be able to digest, if not fully, then mostly their last meal before we give them their next meal.
Yeah.
Just make sure everything's good.
That
And
there's one thing.
So
I say that's one thing I learned from Billy too, being when I was on his Patreon, was he had Dr. Warren Booth on, and I actually want to get a hold of Billy to find out how to get a hold of Warren Booth. But when the snake digests their food, everybody, like their heart enlarges, their plasma gets thicker. Like there's a whole lot of stress that goes on in that snake's body. So giving them that 2 weeks, basically that, feeding every 2 weeks allows their body to, one, make better use of the meal that they just, took, which I will tell you, they do make better use of it. There's a lot less cleaning up poop here. And they still grow just as good. But I'd really like the fact I'm not cleaning up as much crap. Really like that aspect of it. And plus the feeding bill is a lot cheaper. But also it allows your snake's heart to like go back down to a somewhat normal size again, and their body kind of go back to a normal state before you're ramping it back up again. It's kind of letting their body do their natural thing, as opposed to constantly be like full bore and just balls to the walls, basically.
Yeah.
Kevin, we're gonna get you some TSK, bro. You forget all that VPI MJ crap. You're gonna go home with TSK, bro. Lindsay, yes, everybody hit that like button, please. Please, please, please. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. Darlene says, Michael, that's usually a good idea after a regurg, just in case they're not back to 100% fully. Tradesman, I like to dip my feeders in a probiotic. Okay. I know one thing. I need to get some Da Vinci Boa. I've got two girls here that just do not want to eat. They're not losing any weight, but they don't want to eat, and it's really, really aggravating because the one is a pastel pod that I got from my buddy Nathan that never missed a meal until it came here, and it has not eaten since. But she's actually gained weight since she's been here, but she hasn't eaten anything. So I don't get it. It's fair, and I've done all the tricks I can do, and that's the last one.
There's Da Vinci, and then Charlie from Reg and Renee. There's a paste. It's called Critical Care Carnivore that you mix up and you put it in a syringe, and it's meant for snakes and like bearded dragons and tegus and anything that can really eat meat.
Okay.
But it's meant for like it's kind of like a Da Vinci supplement. It's just like it's ground up basically rodents that are freeze dried, and then you mix up the stuff and you put it in the syringe. But it's only $13 or $14
on Amazon
a thing of it, instead of not telling you not to go get the Da Vinci, because we have.
I see Da Vinci's expensive though. I know that.
Because we paid $80 for like the little tiny bottle.
Oh, okay. I thought like the tiny bottle was 50. 50 was okay. Like that was a tough pill to swallow, but it's okay.
But yeah, we ordered some of the critical care stuff because we had 2 males that weren't eating, so we were going to try that. Because we hadn't tried the Da Vinci with them, but Charlie had mentioned this critical care carnivore stuff. And I was like, well, we can give it a shot, see how it goes, because it's supposed to be basically like a meal supplement to where they can't regurgitate because it's a paste.
Okay, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah, I'll have to, Tradesman, send me the stuff there for Amazon, but, that I'm up to try anything just because this pastel pod girl, like I need her to get to eating because I want to go for visual pods next season. I've got a really killer male sitting in the rack that I got from Kai that eats like a freaking beast. So I know it's not that pods hate me, because I thought that's what it was. I thought pods hated me. But pods do not hate me. It's just this one does not want to cooperate. And also my double-headed xanthic clown spider, she does not want to eat, and she was a beast there for the longest time. And she's just kind of all of a sudden decided she doesn't want to eat either. It's like, what the hell? So I don't think it's the wall. It could be, but I mean, she's not at that 1,000-gram mark. Like I think she's at 700 or 800, something like that. I mean, her sister is the one that should be ovulating any day. I mean, I guess if her sister's upsized and going to be reproducing, it could be the wall with her. I don't know. It's some really crazy stuff though. Really, really crazy stuff.
So this is what it's like.
Oh, okay.
So and it comes in and this package is good. Once you open it, it's good for 3 months. Like we haven't opened this one yet, but and it's only like $13 or $14
on Amazon.
So you just make a paste salad, put it in a syringe, and shoot it down the throat.
Yep.
Now, does it come with the syringes and stuff, or do you have to buy that stuff all separate?
No, but like the way that we were gonna do it is because it only says to mix. It's like it's a super small amount because you're supposed to do it daily.
Daily, yeah.
But I would almost talk to Charlie because I want to message him before we actually use it and see how he does it.
Okay.
Because this to do it daily. It says for under 2 pounds, you mix up 3 tablespoons of it every day and give it to him. So it's a super small amount. So whenever you mix it, like I would think that would only be like.
I mean, but if you think about it, if you puree a rat, you're not going to be getting as much out of it as.
I mean, yeah.
Not that we would ever do that.
Yeah.
But
I'm not putting rats in blenders.
No.
No,
But
that would be
break it all
that
down.
would be a terrible, disgusting mess.
Like, once you break it all down, it's not as much as what you visually see in that rat.
Yeah. So I can't remember what size the syringes we ordered were. I think they were like
1 milliliter.
1 mil or 2 mil. So, because if you're doing it every day and you're giving them 1 mil or 2 mils, that's not very much that you're putting down their throat either.
Yeah.
And like with that big of a syringe, it's not gonna affect their throat.
Yeah.
So.
Darlene says the critical care for herbivores works really well for guinea pigs who aren't eating, so she thinks that the carnivore one should work well too. All right. And Chris, what did I make sound so professional? What's that?
I said maybe not putting a rat in a blender.
I don't know. Chris, what did I say, bro? I'm curious now. You've piqued my interest, brother. You've piqued my interest. Kevin says rat margaritas. Ugh.
No.
Oh, dude, that's.
I don't think I could do it. Like, because Billy was saying they use like one of those magic bullets or whatever. The ones that are meant to make like smoothies. And like they just throw the rat pup in there and like grind. Oh no.
Oh no! The smell. I can just smell the smell. That would just not. No. Let somebody else do that crap. Like you could. I know some. I forget who makes it, but somebody makes it's almost like a little hot dog that you can force feed snakes. I forget what the brand is. I think I learned it from Reach Out Reptiles with some.
Yeah, they're
showing them off. What's that?
Reptilinks.
Yeah, that's it. Reptilinks. Yes, like it basically it's like a little rat margarita in a hot dog casing, kind of.
Yeah. Because we actually
what's up?
Frozen. We were looking at those to see, because then we don't have to deal with rodents at all. You know, no frozen rodents, no nothing. You just set out the little hot dogs and like feed them off.
I can see it now. You have these little frozen hot dogs out thawing. Someone comes over, just picks one up and eats. I could see it now. That's got bad idea written all over it too.
And you want to know the sad thing is it would probably be me.
She's like, oh, what you
like, oh, a hot dog. And you're gonna eat it.
I'd be like, no.
What are those little ones, the little Vienna sausages or whatever they are?
Yeah. I love those.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I would think was Vienna sausage.
Yep. No. Forever banned you guys are forever banned from using Reptilinks. Someone's gonna eat it.
It'd make for a great story though. So this one day I was throwing out a Reptilinks and she just walks into the kitchen, takes one off the counter, fucking walks away.
All right. I'm going to share a very embarrassing story with everybody. And this is true. This is not completely made up. When Karen and I were first dating and we were over at her place chilling, and she hands me, like, I didn't pay any attention as to what the hell she was fiddling with or any of this crap. she goes, Jeremy, try these I forget what she called it. She's like, try this out once. So I just listened and I put my hand out. She put whatever it was in my hand and I just tossed it in my mouth. I like chomped down on it and I expected a crunch, but there was no crunch. It was like a soft, like mush type of deal. And from what I saw before I threw it in my mouth, it almost looked like the little turtle food like things, kind of like the little cylinder thing. Anyway, kind of looked like turtle food. It wasn't turtle food, though, folks. It was not turtle food. She starts laughing hysterically, and there was no taste at all to this crap. So automatically, when she started laughing, I just spit it out. And I looked at her. I was like, "What the hell did you just give me?" She goes, "Ah, ha, ha, you're eating dog treats." I'm just like, freaking disgusting. But anyway, yeah, that's what would happen with the reptilings, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. If she did that, we would have never gotten married. Just saying. Like, can't even trust you.
But see, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was the fiery redhead. That's all I can say is the fiery redhead. I'm a glutton for punishment. Chris says he's bringing him July 1st. Repty links on the Barbie. Oh shoot! But yeah, that was the last time she tried doing that. But every time she does hand me something now, I do examine it very closely. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that same mistake twice.
Yeah, so the trust is gone.
I trust her with many things.
Just not
what
food.
She's giving me to eat randomly is not one of those things I trust her with anymore. But anyway, what are some of the things you would change with how you guys started?
Sorry, the dogs are barking.
I guess what we would change is what we purchased from the beginning, because I think a lot of what we purchased in the beginning, we don't even have anymore. I don't think we've had it for not even last season.
No.
Like, we got rid of it after a very short time because we both kind of just realized where we wanted to go with our projects, and what we had purchased was not anywhere near that.
No,
that would be another.
More research on my end too, like, because I think, especially with like I was gonna say earlier, the ambient temperature is crucial. In the room itself, not just like the heat inside their tub. Like, the ambient temperature is crucial because we did have all our snakes out. Was it in the living room?
Yeah, the
dining room to begin with, and it wasn't super cold in the dining room. It was like 75-ish or something like that, maybe a little cooler. And we had gotten these racks and moved everything into our snake room where the temperature was like a 10-degree higher, and we threw a couple of our snakes into RIs by doing that, because we didn't know like how crucial the ambient temperature was at the time.
Or to do it slowly.
Yeah.
Not just be like, 75, 82. Like,
yeah. And one of those females, one of them being a female, she was gravid, and we had no idea she was gravid. So we were I was transporting her every 3 days to the vet for her injections, and she still gave us 10 healthy eggs, and she's good now, and the other boy's good. And so there's just a couple of things that, stuff like that, like more research on that aspect of it. But other than that, I don't think there would really be anything that we would change.
I would have been more patient in the beginning and bought stuff like what we're buying now.
What makes sense. Yeah.
I know I'm right there with you on that one.
I think in the beginning it was our eyes that got us And then when we actually started thinking about it and was like, oh, this is something I want to do and this is something I want to do, we kind of just realized what we had wasn't for it. So we had to basically start all over from scratch.
I know my big thing would be whatever I would buy, make sure it had a head attached to it.
Yep.
That there is the big thing. If you're thinking remotely about breeding, is make sure there's a head attached to it. I mean, there's a few things I bought even recently that there's no heads attached to it, but I bought them because it was as kind of, I'm gonna say, a fun project for me to work and toy with, and to see what I could do with it.
Yeah.
I know, like everybody knows, I love my spider stuff, and spiders got a bad rap. I don't want to say I would have changed my route of working with spider, but I might have had slightly different plans as to what I was going to be doing with it.
Yeah.
I know with the Xanthic, spider and Xanthic, that's kind of like they just go too good together to not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, 100% recessive. Yeah. If you're looking for pets and stuff, you don't really care about those recessives. But once you finally make that decision, start breeding, you look back, it's like, crap. I really should have thought, am I remotely going to do a recessive thing with this, or a breed, I should say.
I think
and I
there's
actually
only one female recently that doesn't have a head attached, but she's super orange dream, blackhead cypress, yellow belly female.
okay.
So she's a head maker. Because every baby's orange dream and then cypress or blackhead.
Okay.
So if we put like a double visual male to her, like that'll give us some holdbacks for that project. Like, so that was the only reason we picked her up.
Okay. Well, I know I picked up it's a black pastel, a pastel black pastel Huffman. The thing's absolutely gorgeous looking. It's like just silver with some black speckling through it. Thing's really beautiful.
Yeah.
The only bit of pattern it has is right at the end of its tail.
Yeah.
And that was a female. And then I got a male gray matter to go to it. One, because the gray matters really, for whatever reason, they really intrigue me. They're really cool. But at the same token, with doing the black pastel to black pastel, there's that issue with, if the lines aren't compatible, you're running into the kinking and all that crap. So it's an experimental thing, but I'm curious to see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, the female's absolutely freaking beautiful. So I will plug her in somewhere. It's just a matter of where do I plug her in at. But super excited for that one for sure.
Is she a baby?
Yeah, she's still a baby. Yeah, I say baby, she's probably, I think, like 500 grams.
Okay.
I think I've showed her to you before. Oop. Let me grab her quick.
That's gonna make some crazy babies if you put her to the gray matter boy.
Yeah, let me put up on the big screen here quick. There we go. And here she is. Like I said, she's basically patternless. She's got those black, dark gray speckles on her.
Oh yeah.
But the only pattern is right there on the tip of her tail.
Oh wow.
Like that's really cool. It.
When you put her to the gray matter, you're gonna basically know, because I think that the cinnamon Huffman stuff looks different than the cinnamon black pastel. Like, I don't think it's all black. I'm pretty sure a cinnamon Huffman looks way different. So you should be able to tell what you're looking at, because both of them are going to be, you got the super cinnamon in the gray matter, and then a lilac on her side.
Yeah.
Because the pastel Huffman's a lilac. So.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Put her back. You guys want to show off anything while we're showing off snakes before we go on farther down into the questions and all that stuff? We'll pull up the snake cam and all that good stuff. I'm sure everybody loves to see snakes. And
What do you want
We
me
got
to
to see some of yours because I haven't seen very many of your snakes either.
grab your DG boy? So one of us is gonna hold the camera while the other one draw snakes.
Amelia, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. You are never late, girl. You arrive exactly when you mean to. YT Vents, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Let me flip flop who's on where. There we go.
Okay, so this is chocolate, black pastel, DG, pet hypo male that doesn't want to sit still.
I was gonna say he's a little jumpy. Actually, can you flip the phone the other way so that way we get the?
Oh yeah, sorry.
There we go. That way he's a little bit bigger on the camera then for us all. That's beautiful. I love the contrast on the top, like those dark outlines and that blushing.
Yeah. So that was the male that we decided on for her DG stuff. It looks like he wants to eat me because it's feeding night tonight too. So
He's very good looking. I really like that.
yeah. Do you want to grab Russell? Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
think a lot of you guys name your snakes, but every one of ours has a name for the most part, except for the new ones.
I name a few, but then there's a lot of them that I know that they're only here for temporarily breeding, like temporary breeding purposes, and that within a year or two of being here that they're going to be moved on anyway. So I don't really name them after that point, but
yeah, we still name them, even though we're not planning on, if it's a female that we know we're only going to breed once, or
Sorry, I can't
she's
help
trying
it.
to kill me. It's fine. Okay, so this is her other male that's gone with the Hypo DG project, hopefully. So this is
Ooh.
chocolate, orange dream, mystic, Enchi, Hypo, het DG, possibly. So pos het DG.
That is nice.
So it's just like his contrast is nuts. I really hope that he proves out.
All right, now tell me this. Is it the chocolate that's helping give everything that dark outline, or what's doing the dark outline around everything?
So I think it's a combo between the chocolate and the mystic, and then the OD and Enchi are cleaning it up. So that's why he doesn't have like a whole bunch of pattern.
Okay.
So I think the chocolate and the mystic are what's causing all the dark rings and the dorsal, and then right up here by his neck. And then the OD and the Enchi are what's cleaning up the pattern and brightening him up.
Okay.
Because I know he's totally different than just like a chocolate
Hypo
mystic or
anything.
Yeah. And then
So that's beautiful.
do you want to grab the blackhead spot nose girl right there?
Darlene says, "Oh my God, girls, so pretty."
Yeah, I can't wait for him to start, because she's really
What up,
into
Tom?
yeah, she's really into the mystic potion stuff. So that's what we bought him for, was to help her make some mystic potions with some different genes in them.
Okay.
And then we're super excited. Well, I'm super excited for this girl that she's getting ready to bring over here. As long as she doesn't bite me. So this is blackhead spot nose het clown female.
I was gonna say that thing screamed spot nose, but wow.
Yeah. So the combo between the blackhead and the spot nose, like she's got a bunch of popcorning and stuff down in here, and then her whole pattern is just really distorted. Like She doesn't look like a blackhead. She doesn't look like a spot nose. But
That's beautiful.
so yeah, it is
She's a
feeding
little
day.
spicy.
I'm
I would take
noticing
out-
a pattern there on that one. It seems like a bunch of them they're a little spicy.
Yeah. Like we've gotten so many females right now that are like, I feel like everything we've picked up within the past 6 months, down underneath,
Jane
shiitake
Squeeze, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
right here. If she's being
Everybody,
spicy, though,
hit that like button,
Oh, yeah,
please. Please, please, please hit that like button.
hoping
Darlene
let
says, be
her
right
off.
back, putting my monsters to bed. Ah, the monsters.
So, okay. She seems okay today.
Mm-mm.
No?
She's getting kind of tense. But we'll do a quick show off.
Okay, so quick one on this one because she's super feisty. Okay, so this is Wookie,
Ooh.
Mojave, Hypo female.
That is freaking beautiful. Holy crap.
Yeah, I was super excited, and she is like gray and like dark brown in person. So it's pretty accurate.
White.
But she's
That,
freaking cool.
I think to me, I'm seeing a lot of black in that, but I'll take your
Yeah.
word that it's dark brown.
So
Now,
if you kind
isn't Wookiee and chocolate supposed to be like allelic or something, or is that not true?
Yep, it'll be a lilac with like spot nose, cypress, blackhead. It's in that complex.
Okay.
So I think for the longest time they thought Wookiee and chocolate were the same thing, but I don't know. I don't think that it is, but I'm just going to sell them as what I bought them as once she starts breeding. Do you want to grab the blackhead bongo girl?
Amelia finally got an exantic, but it's a VPI. Amelia, come on. What's up with that? Everybody's hurting my heart here with this VPI and MJ exantic talk stuff. I mean, I love all exantic equally, but TSK is just there. All the others just just a little shy of it. But congrats, Amelia. You'll have to send me a picture of it then. I'm curious to see what you got. Exantic everything, everybody. Exantic everything. Which that sucker would look awesome in freaking exantic.
Oh yeah, she almost looked exanthic in person. So this is blackhead bongo, het hypo, pos het clown female.
Oh wow. No, what? All right. What's giving it the wide back, or I should say the wide empty back? Is it
So
the
that'll be
blackhead? Is it the bongo, or which is it?
I think it's both because I'm pretty sure that bongo in the single gene has a pretty wide dorsal, and then blackhead also has the wider dorsal.
Okay.
So the bongo is what's causing all the like popcorning to go all nuts, and then the blackhead is what's outlining the alien heads and kind of taking away the eyes.
Okay.
But
I
she's
really
super,
like that.
yeah.
I
So in
see now,
exanthic, yeah.
I think now you need to get a TSK exantic because that's a female, right?
Yep, that's female.
All right, now see you need to get a TSK exantic male and throw to her, and then run with it from there.
Yeah. So if all works out, she's going to be going to that spot nose cypress, cryptic or krypton.
Okay.
Because then she's allelic and so is he. So I just got to figure out if spot nose and bongo wobble. Because if it wobbles real bad, then I don't want to do the pairing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, here's it. With all your females and stuff, like, do you have anybody that lets you use an ultrasound to just check to see where everybody's at, so that way you can catch them? Because some females hit that point where they're actually ready to go in the middle of the year as opposed to what everybody considers the quote unquote breeding season?
So Jeff and Angie have offered, but
Okay.
at the time, our
And
male
she's simple
was
love.
not wanting to do anything. He wasn't eating very well and everything. And he was the male that we were planning on putting to a lot of the females that were getting up to size. And I told him no, because I didn't want to know if any more of these females are ready for him, and he wasn't wanting to do what he's supposed to do. So she wanted to show this one off. She bought this like 3 or 4 weeks
Unsupervised.
ago, unsupervised at a reptile show.
Because he was looking at
I like the addition of the unsupervised part.
So
All right.
everybody thinks that I'm bad.
Hypo.
Yep, just a vanilla hypo female.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna put her to our chocolate mystic Odie Enchi possible
Do you want to
desert ghost hypo
dreamer?
boy. Yeah. Because I want to see what vanilla and chocolate look like together.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting to see how that all.
So we'll grab one more, and then I'll kind of run you through a few of our pairings that are getting ready to go for us.
Amelia says going to a reptile show unsupervised is dangerous for the wallet. You are correct. Vending at a reptile show unsupervised is even more dangerous because you're making money you didn't have before. So you're more likely to be like, well, I didn't have it before, so what's it really matter?
Right. That's what I'm worried about, is we're going to start vending, and then we're going to walk out with even more than what we normally would.
Normally I almost always come home with something, and it's either from Danny or it's from Nathan.
Yeah, those are good people to come home with.
Oh, they are, but it's like every time it's always from, I get a steak from somebody in our group. It never fails, and even though I don't plan on it, but it's like being that close to all these people, it's a dangerous combo.
Buddy. Okay, so this is Blackhead GHI Mojave Hypo. So it should look like your chocolate.
I was gonna say, here, let's just compare them once, as long as I don't get lit up.
She almost got lit up taking him out because he's ready for food right now. He knows it's that day. So
you see, like yours is. I like the darkness on yours though.
Yeah.
Because like mine, like she's like a ghosty gray blue.
Yeah.
But yours has like, I love that dark outline.
Yeah. So, and it's like super, super dark. Especially down towards like the tip of his tail.
And what is that again?
So Blackhead GHI Mojave.
Okay.
So the only difference between yours and this one is Blackhead to chocolate.
See, I almost like the Blackhead being in there more than the chocolate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like when we saw this male, Steve from Steve's Morphs was packing up for Tinley, and I was like, bro, can we buy that? Like, and he was like, he's already packed up for Tinley, and I was like,
$1,400 for you.
I was like, well, spend money right now. You could take him to Tinley. I don't care, but he's sold.
That's just like, well, unpack him, sir. I want him.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can.
And he did take him to Tinley.
Amelia says she has yet to go to a reptile show and come home empty-handed. I've done it. I think I've gone to vending a reptile show and coming home empty-handed. I've done it once.
So I think this will probably be our next female to lay for us. So this is our big hypo girl.
Okay. Nothing else mixed in with her, just plain hypo?
Nope. Just plain hypo. And then she went to leopard pinstripe possible phantom krypton male.
Okay.
So that'll probably be our next one to go. And then shortly after, will probably be, oh, why are you up front? You've been in the back of your tub for like 4.5 weeks. Will be this female.
Cooling off. She's cooling off.
I know, I just scared you.
That's
So this is Mystic Potion Hypo female.
okay.
And she was supposed
I
to go
like
to that we just showed off to make Blackhead GHI Mystic Potion Hypos. But he decided he didn't want to do his thing. So she went to a GHI Mystic Potion.
Okay.
Let's see. This is the mom to our clutch that just laid. The one that we were supposed to cut today.
Now that's GHI what?
Just GHI.
Oh, just
GHI
plain
Hypo.
Okay.
But
I
she is
still
super dark.
still wish that those eggs would have been ready to go. Angie, Jeff, if you guys are still here, run and check that incubator. See if those eggs are ready to go. If not, just like tap on them a little bit.
And then this will probably be the next female after those other two.
Okay.
So Cinnamon Het Pie. Yeah. And she was paired up to Blackhead Mojave Het Pied male.
Okay. Very nice pair.
Trying to figure out if he's
up,
got black pastel in him or not.
Thanks for tuning in, Pat. Greatly appreciate it, bro. Amelia says next she's got to get Hypo. There were a lot of Hypo DG combos at the show she went to last week. Amelia, right here to the people to talk to. They got Hypo in almost everything. Hit up Ashley and Nikita at Pip Stalkers. Hopefully they can maybe hook you up with some Hypo stuff.
Oh yeah, we love it over here.
Let's see here. Darlene says males only want to work when they're ready. Yeah, sometimes.
That is very true.
Mean Squeeze says that they picked up a spot-nosed desert ghost at Tinley. Did you go?
We did not go to Tinley. We went to Fred and AJ's.
Okay.
Ended up walking away with 3 females from them while we were there. So it's probably a good thing we didn't go to Tinley.
I say I would love to have gone to Tinley.
I give up. I give up.
She's just trying to break everything. It's okay.
Now well, we're using your phone, right? Or are we using her phone?
Yeah, this is my phone.
All right. See, she's just mad that you're using yours instead of hers for the other camera. That's all that is. She's trying to get back at you. But no, Mean Squeeze. If I would go to Tinley, dude, I would definitely be coming home with something from JD Constriction. So, yeah, that's why I stay away at the moment because I don't have that kind of money to get what I want. I know my limits. Plus, my wife would kill me if I left her here with Hadley and the baby. Let's see here. Sean Pine Joy says, I love Hypo. Have a lot of Hypo combos planned. Sean, you've got that killer sister to the female I've got, which I think yours, Sean, is just the GHI Mojave Hypo, dude. But her dorsal, like, glows. Like, I never saw a dorsal stripe on a Hypo glow like that thing did. He's got out of between his and mine. I wish I would have gotten the one that he has, even though we think mine has the extra gene.
Yeah,
definitely, Sean. You definitely got a freaking killer female, though, dude. Really, really jealous of you on that one, bro. Jamie says, Main Squeeze, we were there. Next time, I hope to see you. Yeah, dude. John Daig has some killer stuff, man. Like, I'm planning on maybe trying to get a mail from him to spice up some of my Xantic stuff just a little bit, but we'll see. See how it goes. Kevin, take care, dude. Thanks for tuning in. It's great seeing you, dude. And hopefully you're still in the group chat. I don't see you really talking much in the group chat, but if you're not, let me know, and we'll get you back in there so that way you can stay up to date with all the barbecue stuff. So take it easy, dude. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let's see here. Where were we? We kind of got through a couple of different things. Did we go over how many clutches you're expecting? No, we did go over how many clutches you're expecting this year. What are what? All right, we touched just very slightly in the beginning of the show on it. Who were some of your mentors, and like, what did you learn from them? How did they, like, what were some of the big things that they taught you and shaped how you are today?
So definitely her boss, Ryan, over at Superior Scales Reptiles. Like, he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. And somehow he will always remember your name and remember the projects that you're in, what animals you're interested in. Like, it's crazy, like, how much he'll remember just from having
One conversation with you, yeah.
And then, even though he doesn't know it, Billy from Mutation Creation, he's the reason that we sold 90% of the stuff that we bought in the beginning.
Okay.
Because starting to listen to his podcasts and stuff, and like, I mean, you can sit there and pair your pastel and pastel, but don't bitch and complain whenever, you're making no profit on those snakes after you grow them up and have the babies and sell the babies. Like, and we're not in it for the money either, but, like, I do enjoy making, or having the potential to make, I guess I should say, because we're really unlucky. Last year we had 37 out of 42 males. So
wait, 37 out of 42 males.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, you were like there's jacked on that male to female ratio. You guys were like super jacked on. Yeah. Ouch. Okay.
So I'm hoping we make up for it this year though, because we're doing a lot of double het pairings and some visual stuff. So I'm hoping that we make up for it this year and get the opposite, where we get just a crap ton of females that we can hold back.
I will keep my fingers crossed for you, because that would be a super rough freaking pill to swallow. Having the odds hit you that freaking hard.
Yeah.
Out of my personal experience, every time if I want it to be a female, religiously it's always a male. And it's vice versa. So I've come to the realization that I try to not hope for certain things, because the odds gods will just flip me off and say, screw you, you're getting the exact freaking opposite of what you wanted.
Yeah.
The first clutch I was the first clutch of the season, I was happy. I mean, we got the 3 pastel double het DG Xanthics. I was hoping to at least have one male that was pastel double het, and then I wanted the rest of the females that I wanted to hold back be pastel. But I'm holding back 3 females. I'll take 2 out of the 3 being pastel. So I was super happy with that. Yes, Phil. Yes, that's exactly right. Just shoot for the moon. Yep. Very true.
You have to, or else you'll never hit it. So, Yep.
Totally agree. That's kind of what I'm doing with that double het to double het pairing. I mean, it's double het Xanthic clown to double het Xanthic clown. So I mean, if which she should go, she's at 39 mil follicles. I will cry if she reabsorbs at 39 mil. Like, I will literally, I will be just devastated. But I keep telling myself, it's like, you got 4 eggs to hit something that's God, what was the double visual? I forget.
Double head is 164, isn't it?
That sounds right. So we'll just go with that, because that sounds right. So I've got a 1 in 64 chance of hitting something out of 4 freaking eggs, and I keep hoping that my friends John and Christine there from Triforce, because John gave me a little bit of reassurance, whether or not there's any method to the madness of it, but he told me, some of those smaller egg clutches, you're more likely to hit your double visual because those genes are being thrown into just, those 4 eggs. So instead of 8 eggs for it to be divided up, there's just 4 eggs getting the blunt of it also. We'll see how we'll see how if he's right.
Yeah. That'd be crazy if that's how it really works. Like the female,
Oh, it would be. Everybody would be like, please, Lord, just 2 eggs. Just 2 eggs, please. Just 2 eggs. The hell with this 12 egg stuff.
Because you see it all the time, like people have like 3 egg clutches and then they get down to just 1 egg by the time they're incubated. And it's the freaking banger animal that was in that 1 egg that lived.
Yep.
Now, whether or not it's the right sex or not.
Billy had something. I mean, he didn't lose any clutches, but he had a small clutch when he hit that. Was it the triple visual or was it when he hit his Grail? I thought one of them was a small clutch, and he did really good on the odds with it.
Because I think the Grail was only like 5 or 6 eggs, and then when he hit like that albino scaleless pied, there was only like 3 or 4 eggs. Like he's hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe that's the one that was the really small clutch, and he beat the freaking odds on it.
Yeah, because for it to come out scaleless, albino, and pied when everything was like pos het this and pos het that, and
yep. Yeah, he definitely wore out his good luck, I think, on that one. But hey, best. I mean, man, if I was, I don't know how he stayed calm like he did. Excuse me.
Me neither.
Amelia says she hit 2 bells out of 3 eggs from her first clutch of the year, 1 in 4 odds. So maybe there's something to that. You got more bells under your belt, Amelia, than what I do. Our first bell clutch that we had, I think, was it 6 or 7 eggs, and we got 1 bell, which I think was the last egg we cut because I thought we were legit going to miss out on the whole point of the pairing. But we got 1 bell out of that whole clutch, so there might be something to it. I don't know. Phil said he just did that, had 3 eggs, lost 1, and hit on 2 male special clown het labs. All right, nice, dude.
That's really nice.
Let's see here. Amelia's duct tape, Darlene. Amelia, you're not supposed to be giving out advice like that. You're a teacher. You're supposed to be like, love the children, think of the children, that type of deal. Shoot. Is there what are some of the other things you've learned from some of your mentors? Like, is there anything else like from Billy or oh, I already forgot your
Brian.
Yes, Brian.
Patience.
Yeah, patience is a big one, especially for somebody like me. But yeah, patience and
time,
because you can invest $40,000 and then turn around 2 years from now and get it all back. Mm-hmm. But you got to wait that 2 year, and I don't feel like a lot of people realize, and it's just like you can't expect it to come in as a hatchling and breed next year. Mm-hmm. Like it does happen. It can happen, but not very often. Like, I don't expect any males that we're buying this year to breed for us this coming season, like next year. I want them to, and they probably will, but I can't count on that, which is one positive to us not having, like, this isn't our sole income. Like, if this is going to be your sole income, that'd be really scary to me. Like, I don't know how people do that without having like multiple revenue streams. Like Nathan has the branding and like all that stuff, so it's a little bit less scary. But like if snakes are your only income, that's a big step. Like, especially right now.
Well, you know what though? Like, I know, like, just touching base, like everybody, like, a lot of people seem a little bit scared on the whole market the way it is. There's a lot of people just really killing it right now.
Yeah.
And some part of me almost, and I think we were talking about this in our PA group chat, that part of me almost wonders if there's a few people not trying to stir the pot to get people to kind of abandon ship, possibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With this whole the fear tactic of that the market's dying and you better get out now before it just plummets and all that crap. But most of the people I talk to, I mean, they're doing very, very well. If they're not selling stuff at shows, they're killing it on Morph Market. I mean,
Yeah.
I like this market is far from dead for anybody that is having thoughts on it. I mean, it is very, very far from dead and going anywhere.
Yeah. Like I think from last year, we only have one female that's still potentially for sale. Like, and that's it. And we made 42 babies. The leopard GHI pastel girl.
Oh,
And that's it. You know, like we didn't have a problem moving.
Yeah.
Our babies weren't anything like super
Fancy.
expensive or anything like that, but we didn't have any problems moving the stuff that we wanted to move.
It's you just gotta have that. Everybody's looking for that one special snake, and if you've got it, hey, they're gonna go after it. That's the big thing. Adam here says, I'm seeing volume of sales, but at a lower price point and huge spikes and dips. 3 weeks, no sales, then bam, my busiest week ever right now. See, I've been hearing a lot of that. And I think also part of that is tax return time. People are getting their tax returns and it's burning a hole in their pocket really, really quick. Which that is completely fine with me. Spend that money.
Yeah, that's how we just picked up those 2 males, the black pastel chocolate one and then the cypress spot nose boy.
See, perfect example right there. No, like,
those are males that we would never, like, not that we wouldn't be able to afford them, but we would have to put them on payment plans.
yeah.
Like,
Just outright. Yeah.
So, or sit there and save up the money for the amount that we would need a payment plan for.
Be gone.
So, and they'd already most likely be gone.
no,
Sometimes
that's true.
that leap, I guess.
Yeah. Just buy the lottery ticket. Just do it.
Yep. And you only got to hit it once. That's all you got to do. You only got to hit it once. Adam says repeat business and customer relationship. Yep, management has been paying off huge. Yes, I totally agree. I've got a couple of people that are repeat customers, and I'm very, very grateful for them. And it's one of those deals where I know roughly what these people like, and what they like lines up with the stuff that I'm doing. So, like with that double hat pair that I'm gonna be releasing out, like I threw it out there to the channel members first because you guys get first dibs on anything that hits the market before it does hit the market.
Yeah.
And then after basically everybody's like, no, either it doesn't work into the plans or whatever, it's like, all right, I knew the first person that they liked that silvery exanthic stuff look. I sent them a message. I said, hey, this is what's going to be coming up. Is it something you're interested in before I even go through the hassle of listing it? I mean, they're not ready yet either, but, just giving you a heads up, this is what's going to be, coming up. And they're like, I'm very interested. Yes. It's like, all right, awesome, cool.
It's an awesome project. And I wish we had the room to move in another recessive right now. We just don't have the space to do it.
No, I totally get that. Like I said, I mean, I'm between the carpets and the ball pythons, space is a very big thing at the moment. I've got to get that snake room finished up, hopefully by this year. Like technically I just need to start it this year, but it's definitely gotta, it's gotta get done soon because the carpet clutches and stuff, that's gonna be a killer with all the ball python stuff too. Because next season's gonna be free. Like I'm looking at a lot of clutches next season. Probably like 14 to 20 if everything goes the right way. So it's gonna next season's gonna be huge.
Can you see how many eggs your carpet has? Because they can lay up to like 30 or something crazy, right?
They can. I with the ultrasound, she should be giving me 9. Now, with them being so long, they're a little bit, spaced out. And she moves a lot. So between, I might be off one way or the other by like 1 or so, but it should be at least a 9-egg clutch.
That's not too bad though. That's better than 30 all at once trying to figure out.
Yeah. God no! If I had a huge clutch like that off the start, I'd be very frantic at this point in time. Phil said spotted for a carpet. Phil, dude, I would love to have a spotted, dude, but I don't have the space to add a whole nother species yet, dude. The spotted is on my list just because I think they're freaking cool. So at some point, dude, I will take you up on that. Phil's a good dude, man. Like he's gonna be hooking me up really big on something. But Phil, I just want you to know, dude, I greatly appreciate you and your support. All right. So is there any other mentors, anything mentor wise that you've learned you want to share?
I would have to say the few friendships that we've
we have really, really good friends, not necessarily like mentors, but people that we can definitely call or talk to about specific things, like, talking about the pairings and talking about this and like bouncing ideas off of that. And, like, it's just the friendships. This community is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, especially for us.
Yeah.
Because our community in general in the world, we don't have a lot of friends because of,
well, not even just that. Our work hours are different. Like, especially my work schedule is like insane. So,
but this community is so accepting and has been, and we've made more friends in the last year in this community than we have made together in the 5 years that we've been together.
Okay. See, I'm right there with you. This community, like, it doesn't matter who you are or any of that crap. We all share that one common interest, and that's what it brings everybody together. And they're just like, you know what? The hell with all the other crap. That, like, me personally, I don't care about any of that other crap. I just think it's great to have that common interest of the reptiles, the animals. It's just, I don't know. It's amazing on how it kind of dissolves everything else around it.
Yeah. Which is a good and a bad thing, because like you go to pick up a snake and then you realize it's 5 hours later because you guys have stood there talking for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like, home now, like we got the snake
still in my pajamas. I haven't had enough coffee for this. I haven't had enough coffee to be a social butterfly at 8 o'clock in the morning picking up a snake. Okay.
I'm right there with you. I went to go pick up some rats today, and Kara and the kids came along surprisingly, and they were sitting in the truck. And I was talking to my rat dude because he also breeds ball pythons as well, and we're just standing there talking. And it dawned on me, like, we had been there for like 15 minutes outside the truck just talking. I thought, shit, Kara's in the truck just sitting there waiting. I gotta get going. I just like changed gears, got out of dad and husband mode, went into snake mode, and I got in the truck and she goes, "Really?" I'm sorry.
She's probably sitting in the truck watching you, and she could just see it click in your head, like, we need to go.
Yeah. Oh, I know it had to look like a light bulb got flipped on or something because yeah. Let's see here. Mighty Vent says Jason Kittinger's definitely one of the best I met thus far when it comes to helping new breeders out. That's nice to know. I know Kittinger's. I can't say that right, and I'm very congested, so I apologize to everybody. Yeah, I can almost never say that properly. Darlene says I have 2 steaks from Angie and Jeff. Oh my God, I forgot jar pythons.
Angie
Uh,
too. Like we've gotten super, super close to them within the past 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's great you guys are so close to one another and like that you guys have basically like what we have up here with our little PA group.
Yeah.
So I think it's neat to have those the close knitness stuff. Really like seeing that stuff.
And it's really awesome too because we don't even work a lot of the same projects. Like we have, obviously a lot of the same genes.
Yeah.
But like we do mystic potions and they do the phantom potions.
Okay.
And so like we're bringing different stuff to the table and like just a lot of our projects aren't even aligned together to where we can be like, oh, we'll trade you this for that and but we can sit there and talk for 8 hours about snakes even though our have nothing to do with one another. So it's really awesome.
I know just even after our live last night with Angie and Jeff and TJ, we were backstage and we were just talking and I needed to get off, but we were just sitting there talking and I couldn't stop talking. It was just like, okay, I finally just like screamed out. I was like, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Like I just rushed off. That's the thing. I knew if I said like 2 different times, like, I gotta get going. It's like, I gotta go. And I just sit there and I kept talking. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I really gotta go. I can't, I don't know. I can't help it. I really can't.
It's just so easy to get lost in conversation and you have like so many hours go by and you're just like, holy crap. I didn't even know I could talk that much.
Well, just like right now, does it seem like we've been live for a touch over 2 hours? Because it doesn't seem like it to me. And we're at 2 hours and almost 3 minutes. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like that at all to me. That's time freaking flies doing this stuff. And that's just how you know you're having fun and you're with people that you really enjoy. Our members' lives. How many times have I said, yeah, we'll go for like an hour, and it's like 3, almost 4 hours later, and we're still all sitting around there BS, and then it's like I look at the clock, it's like, shoot, it's 12 o'clock here.
Like the veggie burger night.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes, that was freaking hilarious. That was a very eventful night for you two.
It really was.
Very eventful night.
She tried her first veggie burger. We got pulled over. It was a great time.
It was great.
Yes. Someone was not very happy with the veggie burger, folks. It also, you didn't know that that was the veggie burger, though, did you, Nikita?
Yeah. So just in case y'all don't know, the Impossible Whopper at Burger King is a veggie burger. Just so you know.
So let the record be shown.
And but the crazy thing is I've asked a few people that I know if they knew that, and they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, well, don't order it. If just know that it's a veggie burger and not anything.
How
and
did
that's
it
why
taste?
She didn't even. She took 2
bites. Yeah, 2 bites and I about just lost it. I could, because it was crazy. Because John was like, "Oh, she'll never know the difference." I've never had a veggie burger. I'm a very unhealthy eater. I like food. I like meat. Yeah, about the second bite, I just Nope.
It doesn't taste like beef. I'm done.
And Burger King, it's propane grilled. So it wasn't, it was just, you had that propane taste, you had that taste. It was just bad. He's over here laughing the whole time, and I'm like, this is not funny.
Well, I was laughing because I'm pretty sure the Impossible Whopper's been out for
It
like 4 or
has.
5 years. Like
it's been out for a little bit. Yeah, I do know that.
And it's veggie burger.
But we never.
I don't know if I've
notified.
ever seen it on the menu though.
So
I'll be honest with you on that. I don't know if I've ever seen it on a menu.
I'm thinking, my head's thinking, oh, this is like, instead of a double Whopper, it's like a triple Whopper. That's why they're calling it the Impossible Whopper, you know, because it's impossible to eat the whole thing. I was wrong. But it is impossible to eat.
For just the wrong reasons. See, this year I had my first triple Whopper, and Kara looked at me like, "You're really gonna eat that?" Because it was actually the day she was giving birth to Hudson. I looked at her, I was like, "Are you gonna like be okay if I run out to Burger King and get myself and your sister something to eat because you can't have anything to eat at the moment?" It's like, but I'm starving. It's like, I need something to eat. I was like, I'm gonna run to Burger King. Can you hold off on having this baby till I get back? She's like, Jeremy, I'm nowhere close. Just go. Because rewind back to when Hadley was born. Her mom brought me a pizza. I got the pizza up to the room, sat down, and she goes, Jeremy, the baby's coming. I didn't even get to eat my freaking pizza. I thought she so that's why I was double checking that. I was, am I really going to be able to eat my food this time?
yeah.
But I tell you what, the triple Whopper was so good. I mean, so unhealthy, but so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this mystery morphs. Brian said, "What's up, Ashley?"
Yeah, they won the GHI female from us.
Okay.
Keys UK giveaway. That's who won the female. So how's it going, Brian?
Jason says meat is good for you. Is good for you. It is. It is.
It's good for you, and it's just good.
Main squeeze is impossible. Whopper will not burn in a fire. Interesting. That almost makes me want to buy it just to see. Let's see here. Everybody, if you got any questions for these lovely ladies, just throw them in the chat. I will try to get them. You guys are keeping the chat cruising though, so it's hard to keep up a little bit. But thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciate all the support. Let's see here. All right, I've got like 2 more things to cover. So, and that's why everybody, if you guys got any questions for these ladies, throw them out now so that way we can see them. Where do you want to take Pip Stalkers, and where do you see yourselves in the future?
So I think we were kind of talking about this the other day. I think eventually we want to have 120 to 160 breeder females every year. Like,
Okay.
And just maintain that size. Because we don't want to have 400 breeder females and like all this craziness. Like, I still want to be able to maintain my job. I shouldn't say I love my job, but I don't hate my job.
I get you.
It has really good benefits and like all that stuff. So we don't like my job. We get free healthcare. So it's provided to our union. So she never has to worry about not having healthcare benefits or dental or vision or any of that stuff. And like it's got a fairly decent retirement plan and like all that stuff. So I don't want to lose that. So I don't want to get so big to where we both need to be full time. And if possible, I don't want to pull her away from Ryan before he's ready either. Like he's got a daughter and stuff that's growing up that'll probably eventually take her place.
Okay.
But within probably the next 5 years, that's my goal, is to just be right around like 200-ish adult animals. And then have all your grow ups and your hatchlings and like all that. But I don't really ever want to do, more than that.
Yeah.
because I feel like that's probably about the max of what we could do and maintain while still having our jobs.
Because we still enjoy going to the reptile shows and being able to have that little bit of a
Break.
life or break outside of it all. We don't want to be to a point where we have to have someone, you know, helping us out so we could go do whatever, you know.
See, that there I think is the one big thing that is the one of the only drawbacks with having a huge collection is you're basically married to it at that point. I mean, it consumes like everything. Uh, I keep telling Kara, it's like, you know, right now things, because I want to get to the point where this is all that I do, the snakes and YouTube. And, uh, you know, I told her like 7 years roughly is my plan. 7 years. So hopefully in 7 years, that's all I'm doing. It was originally an 8-year plan, down to 7 now. We'll see how it works out though. But, you know, I, on the other hand, am not super pleased with my job. I'm kind of sick and tired of it by this point. I've been doing excavating for far too long. And I'm just ready to do something that I actually enjoy that doesn't beat the hell out of my body.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you know, eventually I'll get there with my job because I do the same thing 400 times a day. Like, we build the transit van. So
yeah,
you're doing legitimately the same thing in between 300 and 400 times a night. So eventually my body's going to be like, okay, bro, like you need to calm down just a little bit. You're getting older. Like,
yep.
and
I
all
like
that.
being 1 week back into work. I went from my knee feeling completely fine, 1 week in my machine, and I started limping around again just from, you know, being jostled and vibrated around in my machine. It's just like, freaking really? It's like this crap, like, man, it just sucks. Main Squeeze asks, y'all gonna swing by Shamberg?
I don't think so. That's the one in July, I believe, like July 18th or something like that. So I don't think so, but I know for sure we're going to make it to Tinley in October.
Okay, nice.
So,
I would
in St. Louis also, which I believe is in November.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll be at both. I'd like to make Arlington, but that's 3 reptile shows back to back months. So that's a lot of traveling.
that's a lot of traveling, and I would love. What I don't think it's going to happen this year, just because of how everything's played out. Next year, I hope I can at least make one Tinley. I really want to make it to one Tinley.
Yeah.
Mystery Morse Brian wants to know, how many breeder females do you have now, Ashley?
So right now we have about 25 that are breeding size, and then probably another 10 that could be ready by the end of this year.
Yeah.
They're like right at like 1,000 grams or so, but we don't normally pair our females until they're somewhere between like 15 and 1,800 grams.
Okay.
Because we don't have an ultrasound. Like if I can feel follicles in her and she's 1,300 grams, I'll go ahead and throw a male in. But if I can't feel anything inside of her, then I don't mess with them until I can feel it. Because I'm not in a super big rush. Like if we were to pair all those females, that's what, 40 some females.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want 20 clutches this year, 20, 25, 30 clutches. Like that's a lot of babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a crap ton of babies. When you
like if the male's not ready and it's the male that I want to go to that female, like with the GHI Mojave Blackhead male, he wasn't getting up to size. So luckily we had a different male that still would have kept us on track for that project. But if it's putting it up backwards, then I'm not pairing him. That female just won't get paired until that male is ready.
Okay.
So, like, I'm not just going to throw a male in just to make babies. Like, I'm going to make specific babies, because if we don't have multiple holdbacks in the clutch, we don't do the pairing.
Okay, which that makes sense. That makes sense. I know, like I've got a few that I have I have no plans of holding anything back. They're basically just because I know that they'll sell at a decent price. They're just basically some sustainability clutches.
Yeah.
Like my GHI Mojave to my pastel banana. If I can hit another one of those banana GHI Mojaves like I've got sitting in the rack,
Yeah.
that girl, I've had so many people try to take her off my hands that it's like, you know what? We're gonna go for it and see if we can't make another one and actually let someone take it off my hands this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Darlene says she thinks it's pronounced Schaumburg, which I think that is how you do say it. I don't know how I actually said it. Did I say Schaumburg? Schaumburg? It's I think it's Schaumburg though. I think Darlene's correct on that. Holly, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
How's it going?
Hey, Holly.
Everybody check out Holly's new live stream. She's starting. Holly, when does your live stream start and on what days are you doing it? I can't remember if you had your first live already or if it's to come up. I just remember I saw it pop across my feed about you starting one. So drop it there and let everybody know so that way they know to go and check you out. Also everybody, you know, any more questions for these lovely ladies, drop them in the comments. I've got one more question. What tips or advice do you have for anybody coming into the hobby? You know, so that way maybe they don't make certain mistakes you possibly made starting off or anything like that.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's not a dumb question.
Yeah.
There's not.
Because if we had just asked somebody about that female instead of just trying to feed her again, like we might still have that animal, and she would be breeding for us this year. The same, you know, as long as she grew along with the same female that we bought the same day, she'd be breeding for us this year, and we could have potential to make GHI, Hidden Gene, Woma, Mahogany, lesser clowns this year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You know, so just be patient and figure out what you really like, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
Don't try to compete with everybody else,
because there's always going to be other people in that project. And even if there's nobody else in that project, if you make something super cool and are the first person to put it out there, like you might make people get into your project. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, like, don't do it for the money. I don't know. Like,
I mean, that's a plus, obviously, but
like it's definitely a plus, but I wouldn't
do it for you.
Recommend doing it strictly for money,
because that's the biggest thing. We breed for us, obviously, and then we also, after we have our holdbacks and stuff, everything else is for everyone else. But like you're breeding for yourself initially, so you know, don't
stay out of the drama. I'm so
yes.
All the drama stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let everybody else act like a fool and just stay out of it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Because the drama there's been a few times, like, just the drama that's gone on here. Like, I'm just like, man, it makes you question, like, if you really want to do it. And when I start feeling that way, I'm just like, no, because I know I want to do it, you know? So for people to make me feel that way, it's a really shitty feeling.
It's when I like some of these people that have been around for a while and either they're involved in the drama or they get sucked into it. Like you just sit back and like it blows my mind. It makes me, it's like aren't we all like, because I always tell people when people start like drama and stuff just in like my friends group, like my breeder family here, you know, they're really good. Like we don't have any of that drama crap going on except for, you know, when we try to get Danny fired up. That's about all the drama we have going with Danny. But I mean, we're just doing that on purpose. But like I always tell people, it's like I'm too freaking old for that crap. Like I dealt with that crap in high school. It's like I don't have time for that. Like, I just don't. And that's what everybody. I can promise you this. Everybody that's watching this channel will stay as far away from all that freaking drama as I possibly can. Like, I have no interest in it, and yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I have
Alice, thanks everybody. Nice to get to see you meet Pip Stalkers. Thanks for the support along the way. Nice to put faces to the names. Keep at it. Cheers, Jeremy. Good night. Good night, Alan. Thank you very much for watching tonight, dude. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll be talking to you later on then too. Luke, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, Darlene, save the drama for your mama. Yes.
And yeah, like I said, I have enough drama with my 15-year-old daughter. So Darlene, she has saved the drama for her mama.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Hadley's she's almost 3, and I told Kara's like, I sat there this morning because she was happy for like the first hour, and then at the flip of a switch, the whole world was in a meltdown. I just sat there, looked at Kara, like, it's like, what the hell just happened? It's like someone flipped the switch and like the drama train arrived here. And she just goes, "Shaw, she's like her mom." I'm like, "Oh God, help me. Please help."
And I guess another piece of advice would be to recognize the power of pets. You don't have to have visual everything. Like, because there's been a lot of people that are like, well, when are you going to have visuals of this? And I'm like, I have a pet right here. Like, it makes the same thing. You just got to hit the odd. You know what I mean? Like, so, but definitely recognize the power that a het can have over a visual, shelling out $10,000 for the visual.
And what are your thoughts on this? Because this is how I look at it too. I would much rather spend the money on a female that's a het and buy a powerhouse male that's the visual with some other stuff packed into it, just because your het female is going to be cheaper than the visual female, obviously. But females in general are more expensive. So you're saving money in a sense by buying the female with that het. If you buy that powerhouse male that works with that female, you can put him to whatever you want to. You're getting more bang for your buck out of him. Plus, that male's cheaper to start off with because it's a male. Like, that's how I've been looking at things lately.
So I agree and disagree all at the same time.
All right, let's hear it. No, I want to hear this. Like, this is good.
So when you do the female hets, yes, as long as the right genes are in it for what you want to do. As long as you know you're going to breed that female for 5 more years at a minimum, because she's going to have to grow up, and you're still going to have a plan for her once she gets to breeding size. And then, a male on average you keep for 2 to 3 years, if that. We've got males that we bred last year and we've already sold them because we knew we didn't have anything for them this year. But last year we got babies from them and we held those babies back. And then, like, so it just depends on the projects. Like, all of our Hypo clown stuff, our females are the powerhouses. So that once those females get to size, then we buy a powerhouse male, like the Cypress spot nose boy, and we put him to those females that are visual hets or something, so we paid the extra money for the females to be visual and het for something else. And we're planning on keeping those females for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like, the more money that you put to your females, the longer you're going to keep them.
Yeah.
Instead of having to cycle out your females as quickly. Like,
that makes sense. I see where you're going with that. I do. I can get behind you on that one. That statement. I get where you're coming from with that.
So, I mean, you could do it either way. Like, both ways work. But
Oh
we
yeah,
were just,
yeah.
you know,
That's the great thing with this hobby and industry. There's like 10 different ways to go about doing something. It's all in what works for you.
yeah,
Um,
right.
I'm a poor bastard. I'm not gonna lie. The het females is the best way for my ass to go, just because one, Kara's not gonna kill me, because if she saw the price tag on some of the snakes I've looked at and wanted to drop the hammer on, I would not be here, folks. So
Right.
it's in my best interest to do it that way. But if you have the money to be able to buy that visual with something else tacked onto it, man, go and do it, because, like Ashley was saying, I mean, you're then with your powerhouse male, you can then just hit those visuals off the start.
Yeah. And then, like when you go to resell those females, they're worth more than they were as a hatchling, because now they're
Yeah.
an adult breed ready female that's visual and het or double het or whatever, and she's proven. So,
Yes.
and, like, I don't know. I think it's worth it to put money into both places and have not completely lean on one side or the other. Like, you need to have
Yeah.
a balance. And I know that sounds like a cop out to your question, but it's not meant to be. Like,
No. I think it's actually like there's two different ways to look at it. I mean, if you can afford to buy that visual recessive, and still have those other hets attached to it, it makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
But you're still buying that powerhouse male then to still throw to your female, and no, like you answered it perfectly. You're good. You're good. Darlene says I'm a broke bitch, so hets are where I'm stuck at for now. I'm there with you. I'm right there with you, Darlene.
We have a lot of
but we also have a lot of visual and het females, like visual for one and het for
I
another.
think we're pretty equal on male to female ratio too, as far as that. We have a lot of het males, but we also have a lot of visual het males.
But a lot of our males are visual recessive het for another.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. See, that's like my collection's going to do a lot of evolving at a rapid pace here at some point. It's just a matter of me getting the blocks set into place to when I decide to change, to up that, go into second or third gear, or however you want to put it. It's just one of those building blocks at the moment. I'm also trying to basically make sure I've got the place where I need it to be for when that change does happen, that I'm not stuck here basically with my pants down going, crap, I didn't think this through.
And that's kind of how we felt in the beginning, was because we went and we bought all these snakes, and then we stood back and looked at it, and we're like, holy crap, that male puts pastel in everything. Yeah, there'll be het clown, but that male puts pastel into every single thing. And like, I already knew at that point that I didn't really like pastel. I liked the way that male looked, but not for him to put pastel into every single baby. Or, you got to be careful with Belgians and black pastel, and 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 it all depends on your projects too, because pastel looks phenomenal in Xanthic, but it doesn't look phenomenal in clown.
So there's some clown combos that look good with it, but I mean, there's certain things where like it's just like anything. Every gene's got its place, and so you've just got to pick and choose where you want it. Like DG and pastel, that's those two go together great. So when I made that pairing for the double het DG Xanthics, anything that popped out pastel was basically already predetermined to stay here, because that's one thing that works perfect with both of those.
Yeah.
But well, if there's nobody out, everybody, if you got any more questions for these ladies, throw them out there now. I'm done with my questions. Next week we have John from Inquiline joining us. on this. That'll be April 2nd. On April 9th, we've got John from Underworld. And then I still haven't gotten a hold of anybody for the 16th yet. I've been really Nathan, we got to talk, bro. We got to talk. You got to get you got to stop using that very poor interpretation crap that you got in your collection and switch to the dark side. I love you, bro. I love you. But yeah, I got to figure out who I want to do for the 16th yet. I've been really dragging my feet. I'm not going to lie. I've been slightly overwhelmed with everything and just trying to keep up with everything between the snakes, YouTube, and the family that I've just not been able to give it much thought as to who I want to have on for the 16th. But on the 23rd, we have Paul of Large Marge Morphs joining us. And then freaking Nathan. Oh, bro. I love you, bro. I love you. I'm gonna get Danny after you now, though. Gonna get my angry Korean bodyguard to go after you. But anyway, yeah. So I gotta figure out who we're gonna have on for the 16th. I might try to hit up Eric Burke of EB Morelia and have another carpet python episode. So we all know I love my carpet python stuff, and that would actually. Hold on here. Hold on. That might be a very coincidental date. No. My carpet clutch is due April 19th, not the 16th. Okay. So, but anyway, it would have been close. That would have been really cool if the clutches would have been due right then and there.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do with that. I also thought about getting Juggernaut Reptiles that does the blood pythons. Thought about getting them in here just to add some different content instead of just all ball python stuff. I like learning about other species as well, and bloods are definitely up there on my list. That's Scott Nathan to him. Scott, I used to like you, bro. I used to like you. Yeah, everybody, yes, that the whole PA fam's ganging up on me now. Dang, damn it. Anyway, Main Squeeze says yes, get Juggernaut. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll hit them up and see if they wouldn't be interested in doing it, because I would definitely love to get some other species, like I said, on here and talked about. Let's see here. Will says, been watching on the TV, but was using computer for Zoom, so couldn't chat until it was over. Unacceptable, Will. Completely unacceptable. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, though, bro. I really appreciate it. And everybody, thank you very much for also watching and tuning in. I appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell. This week's video, I think it's getting your females back on the food after they've laid a clutch. The following week should be that's gonna be an update on the babies that hatched, and soon it's just gonna be kind of like a nice rotation here of egg cuttings, egg pullings, all that stuff, update videos. There's gonna be a lot of baby stuff here for the next couple of months. So be ready for all that. We're going to be pumping out, hopefully, some beautiful stuff this year. Fingers crossed on all of that. Ashley, Nikita, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I loved having you on here. 2.5 hours. This is almost like when we just do our members-only lives, basically. Absolutely had a blast talking with you. Thank you so much for giving me so much of your time. Hang on here 1 second while we wrap this up. Everybody, I will catch you next week here on Sunday. And definitely make sure you guys check out this week's video. I appreciate all the love and support. And I hope you all have a on here. Scott said you said brown. I don't know if he can tell the difference in sheds from black. Scott, you're working on having to buy TSK and having to be in Kevin's boat where you praise on how great it is here soon, dude. the Exantic odds gods are not very happy with you at the moment. So everybody, thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you very much, brother, and thank you for sponsoring this week's episode as well, bro. Everybody, make sure you guys check out the sponsors of this week's episode as well, please. Links are all in the description down below. Check them out. You won't regret it. They're amazing people to work with and just awesome people to be friends with as well. So definitely check them out. I appreciate all of you for supporting the channel. Seems like everybody loved this show. So thank you so much for Mystery Morse just said just had an 8A clutch laid from Enchi OD to Bongo OD, Yellow Belly, Black Pastel, Lesser Het Hypo. Holy crap. That's going to be a nice clutch to ID. And that's a lot of genes to try to pick out, too. Holy crap. Very nice, Brian. Very, very nice. Congrats, dude. Congrats.
I really like
that's gonna be it for, what's that?
Like I said, I really like the bongo stuff, too. Like, we just, we picked up a bongo Orange Dream Black Pastel Mojave Hypo female. And she's freaking awesome.
As I said, bongo's something where there's people talk about, but there's not a lot of hype behind it for some reason. But the combos I've seen really are stunning.
Yeah, I think it's starting to get some traction, and I'd be watching for it to take off here within the next couple of years.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna there's some genes I want to add to the collection. I just got to figure out what's gonna work best with all my projects. Yeah. So bongo might be one where I need to dive into it a little bit, do a little bit more investigating on it as well. Maybe get on that train before it leaves the station, so to speak. But everybody, again, thank you so much for watching tonight. Greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you next week. And like I said, definitely make sure you guys watch this week's video. Greatly appreciate all the support. And have a good rest of your week. Later.
See you guys. Thank you.